Greetings. Hi there, folks. Alright, and welcome to this episode of Stripped, where we tear down websites and tell you what works and what doesn't. So, this week itself, we're going to be focusing on the visuals, content, navigation, and the performance of the Golden Duck Co. So let's jump in right to the site here. So who's Golden Duck Co? Alright, so Golden Duck Co, they basically make Asian snacks, most famous for their salted egg yolk snacks. We got crispy fish skin, and also they've got potato crisps. So let's punch into the good points of the Golden Duck Co. So there's a nice use of colors and layout. I really love the red and the custom illustrations and the use of the duck everywhere around the pages itself. There's an awesome, it's easy to navigate. The tabs here are quite clean, they're quite straightforward itself. I know exactly what I want to find. If I want to order, I click this tab here. If I want to contact them, I can click here. If I want to find out about the news, I can click on press. So it's a pretty good use. There's pretty good use of white space as well. You can see the imageries in the carousel. It's quite well custom done. You know, there's enough white space itself. The use of the fonts, they're the right proportions to kind of create that emphasis. And when you scroll down to the bottom here, I love the use of custom GIFs. So I'm a big fan of custom GIFs, and these small elements right here add that bit of dynamic aspect to your website itself. You don't want a website to be too static with just custom illustrations or that sort of stuff. So the new trend is basically using these kind of dynamic elements to spruce up the user experience. And the next thing that I really like about the site is that, let's say for example, if we're going down to the top right, there's a separate dedicated site. Can I just click in there? Oh, that is so hard to click in. So there's a separate dedicated site for Hong Kong. And at first glance, it might look a pretty similar kind of layout, pretty much same stuff. But once you start going into the order form itself, you've got it in the Hong Kong currency, and you can try and use Hong Kong checkout as well. So that's different. The delivery mechanisms are different, and I guess they're using this Oodle. It's a separate startup based in Singapore as well. So they're helping out with the delivery system service. So there are a couple of things that could be improved. For one, what you just saw earlier on, it takes a really long time for the page to load. So let's get down to the technicalities. The page size is about 1.2 megabytes. That is pretty heavy, all right? And that really translates down to a page load time of 5.1 seconds. So the average industry rate itself should be about 3 seconds. Anything more than that, and you're really stretching your customers or clients, bandwidth to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to stick with this site. So you might want to keep your page size smaller and lighter so that your page load times are much faster. Now there's a dead link up at the privacy policy, so that's something that need to be looked at, but that's just a small issue. Instead of standard featured products over here, so this portion here, what they could have done is that instead, customize it to say that perhaps indulge in our salted egg yolk delicacies. And then, because these are the two main products on the site itself. So try and focus on customized headings and call to actions. So they've done a good job with the call to actions. Taste the goal, and then you click in and you want to like, oh yes, I want to taste it, so I get directed to the order page. So try and work with that for the custom micro copies as well. More about TGD. So if we're going down to these two columns here, if we're going to click on more about TGD, I'm just going to open this in a separate tab, and what have I missed? They're going to open up in pretty much the same page itself. So why? If you're going to be focusing on an About Us, have a dedicated About Us page. And there's a pretty good strong story. There's a nice video as well, and there's a lot of imagery. So having a dedicated About Us page would have been much better, and having these don't miss out, I guess, would be more of events and kind of updates, sort of a blog style. So having a dedicated section for this would be much better as well. So overall, I would say Golden Duck is pretty not too bad, not too shabby. Visuals because of all the custom illustrations, the GIFs and stuff like that, I would give it a 5 out of 5 clicks. Content wise, really good. I like the use of the micro copy, so for content itself, I'm going to give them 4 out of 5 clicks. Navigation was pretty straightforward, quite easy to navigate around the pages and finding the different sections, so that's a 4 out of 5 clicks. Performance wise was where it got really kind of tricky because the site was really heavy, so I gave them a 3 out of 5 clicks. So overall, I would say still not too bad, 8 out of 10 clicks for the Golden Duck Code. So and with that, we've come to the end of this week's episode. So once again, like, share and subscribe if you like this video. If you know of any website that you want stripped, comment down below or send us an email to hello@pagexsg.com. or just visit us at pagexsg.com if you need any help with your website as well. So with that, keep making the web a more user-friendly space. Ciao!